Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down. Bring that street geek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go, man. We gonna have a good time. And we ain't just by ourselves. No, no, no. We got the man of the year holding it down in the Gulf Coast. All right. You know 50 Cent been down there, but you don't know that Coop been down there, all right? I give to you, Keith Cooper of Blurtish. What's up?
I promise you, only the people in Shreveport care about 50 Cent, bro. I promise you.
Oh, that's cold, man.
I don't think about Shreveport at all.
Hold on.
Okay.
You know what? All right. Before you get, look, I'm gonna say when I was in Shreveport. Well, okay, there were a couple of people that were mean to me, but Shreveport. There were a couple of people that were mean, but no, I had a good time in Shreveport. I was only there for one day, but still, I was there. The people was nice. There was one lady that was real randomly mean. I don't know, maybe she was having a bad day. But look, I ain't got nothing against Shreveport. All right, y'all was out there. I had some good food, and it was really cool.
I had a fun time one weekend in 2020 in Shreveport. I don't feel inclined to go back. That's all I got to say. I actually have no reason to go back. I only went to go see some people and do things, but let's just say the famous con up there. Sorry, people, if you're listening. Some of my friends, though, I ain't even gonna say the name of it, just in case for business. It ain't so hot these days.
Shreveport is back on the map. Humor and harmony. They got stuff. It's a historic city. They got things and stuff. All right, so they're gonna be doing good.
Shreveport puts a lot. Look, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna start with the politics. But no, just no. Yeah. Yeah, all right, so the last thing Shreveport got famous for is I think Hurricane Chris has a gripe with 50 Cent. Like, is this 2005? Is this 2008? Is this 2003? I don't know. Was this the early aughts? Hurricane Chris, like, where he been at?
Man, like you know what? Look, guys, we know we go on our tangents. That's why we got the little description down below. You can skip forward and back. But I'm gonna get straight into it because I've been waiting to talk about this. I've been keeping my mouth shut. I've been quiet. I've been cool. But I have got to say that Cloverworks, you guys are doing work. Y'all doing some real good work. Y'all doing the Lord's work right now. All right? Because the Elusive Samurai should not be this good.
You know why not, man?
The Elusive Samurai is like my new joint. Like, straight up, it's my new joint. Like,
I want you to pause right there.
Elusive Samurai is my new jam.
And who picked it? Every time, Mike. Every season, Mike be like, I don't know. Mike,
well, no, nah. I ain't gonna give you credit. I told you that I liked this trailer and I was gonna give it a shot. And I watched the first episode and I did like it.
You like that meme with Shaq where they be like giving you a cereal? They be like, no. Did he eat it? Did he make the shape? Be like, ooh. They be like. I mean, like,
yo,
we know it's for you, man. I'm telling you.
All right, now I will say this: there's way too much responsibility on children's shoulders across anime.
Hey, man,
I was watching these last two episodes because we watched two episodes since we last got up. But still, I'm like, you know, there's really a lot of responsibility on these kids' shoulders. Way too much. But yo, man, this show. This my new avatar. This my new, like, straight up, this my new avatar. I agree with you. I know you said that like last week or week before last, whatever. I feel like this my new avatar, man.
I want to say it's like that
funny,
for me.
It's funny. It's definitely more blunt.
That's what I was gonna say. The reason why I don't want to quite put it with Avatar is Avatar did a thing without saying it's. I'm not saying
Avatar. You could show kids maybe not core.
It's something that. You know, Avatar, the fact that it doesn't have blood, but it has violence, it can be funny, but it can be serious, but it's generally, they did all that with a PG rating. This is an R rate, yo.
Oh, no, yeah, this is straight TVMA.
Because to be honest, this is not a shonen. This is a seinen. I think if
Yeah,
we
and
look
see,
up the
I don't know the
category,
differences. I'll be honest, I don't know the differences between anime. I just know what I like. I watch it, I know what I like. There's gonna be
the
something I talk
different.
about this tonight that I don't like, but I know what I like and I know what I don't like.
I
And
mean,
the
the
Elusive
different
Samurai, yo, we here now.
people and then the genres have blended over, but
Yeah,
this
you
is
know
like
how you
it's
have
still
like dramedy and stuff like that. So
well, just as far as the age group, because it's like that extra layer, like it's like oh shonen means appealing to young men, say like the traditional definitions like from like young to like 17 or 18. And then when you get to like a story that's like young or to middle aged man or whatever to grown man, as that is aimed at, or adult, because these things blend together, so they do have like lady based things more geared to them or vice versa, but this can kind of gear to everybody. It's just a little bit more serious per se in its structure and its maybe topic matter. So like dealing with like your land being stolen, like I say, it blurs because in My Hero people can possibly get murdered. In fact, a lot happens, and it kind of skews down and it skews up. I think this is going to only skew up, but as you can tell, they had way more murder in every episode than all of My Heroes, so maybe that's a part of it because
yeah.
they have
Even though
killed somebody.
in the most recent episode, the dude that I thought was dead ain't dead, but I was like, all right. I was like, I guess they just need a long-term villain, so I guess we'll let that slide. But yeah, this episode, I mean, come on, man. Tokiyuki got the glow. Matter of fact, look, we got Mark Dub in the house. Look, Mark, introduce yourself and let me know how you feel about Lord Tokiyuki. He out there, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? He bobbing, weaving, he got the footwork, man. He making me proud.
starting on the last two episodes.
It's Mark Dub, part man, part thug, running around with a band of bow-legged bandoleros.
Ooh.
I just
All
made
right.
that up. I just love consonants and alliteration. It just sounded great. Yo, I Choji, young Choji Maru.
Man, he doing it.
That's my dog, man. Like the strategy for okay, spoiler warning. I don't know if we threw that out there, but I just like to throw them out there.
People here, we assume that you've seen the episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
but go ahead.
Man, it's like you say, he got the glow, man. Like, say, man, this grizzled general who's murdered thousands of people and who takes joy in seeing people being dispatched in the worst way possible. He felt his own life force leaving his body, and he talked all that tough talk, and the young prince just started giggling. Like, he is ecstatic to be in this. And I love
it. It was beautiful.
It.
Like, the whole setup was just
the elusiveness. Like his elusiveness really has become his superpower. It's so dope.
I mean, yeah,
I'm sorry, Mike. I feel like I cut you off.
No,
I
It's
apologize.
okay for us to gush over this. This is the work
beautiful.
that they are doing on this show, man. I was looking at the animation like, yeah, they swinging for the fences on this one.
What I love about the setup with Fubuki, I love one thing that never gets old in any type of media, when it's like, okay, we got a thing to do and this is how we're gonna do this thing, and they're describing it as it's kind of happening. I kind of always like that trick. It's like the Ocean's 11 trick.
Yeah.
So Fubuki does a good setup, and with them fighting, with them showing how they were picking off the soldiers, they thinned his army, and it just shows how smart Fubuki is. Now, old boy is smart too, and he don't care. He's like, yo, they're like admitting that they got less than us, but the archers are still picking them off though. Like, he's still like, you got to show some care and concern about your army. He just like, I still got it in the bag, They're like, this is nothing, and I don't care. I'll get some more men, walk on the dead bodies, go over the traps, blah blah blah. And it's just like, and it's fun. It was funny for him till it wasn't, So the princess
teacher. I'm sorry. I'm bad with his name, but it's like the general. He's done this so many times. You can tell, like he has a bravado about him. Like you're gonna fall like all the rest. Like and he was figuring out. Oh, so this is your plan? You know, you're gonna have me in this little tight area. You think that's gonna work? You think I haven't seen this 1,000 times? I'm gonna kill you like everybody else. And he ain't seen that. He ain't seen that elusiveness. Like say, bro, he's like, I can't put a hand on him. I'm getting tired.
Before that, but when he was he was calling him money before he was addressing his name. And
bro, like, it was so funny.
He was so sick and perverse that he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, $3 boy, or whatever, come on, or whatever their currency is. It's like, we're just gonna slit your tendon and your tongue where you can't run away, you can't talk. They make you a slave. It would be fun. Don't you want to be money? I'm like, what? And it just
like, you know that he was delightfully
he was really feeling
evil.
Himself.
He was real like, evil, and I wanted him to get it, but it was so crazy. Like
the highest of high is getting
the prince
drunk.
Flipped it on him. Yo, it was so good when he flipped it on him. It was the best.
Yo,
I really love this show, Mike. I have a confession. I think I've confessed it before, but there was a point where I wasn't really feeling the show, and I told Coop.
Oh yeah, I remember you were talking about it.
Coop was kind of looking at me like, yo, for real?
I was just messing with Mike. Mike won't give me credit because he says he's gonna look at it. But every time somebody does this, I'm like, y'all, we try to do like, 3 episodes.
He said, give it a couple more episodes.
Don't get me wrong. The Sherry,
he always, it's on point.
Ninja Sama 3 is a good standard. However, most shows, and I'm just saying this from what I watch, I can't say, I'm not in the industry, I don't know. Just don't give up on a show if it has a slow burn potential, but you see it building. Now, maybe definitely by episode 5, if it's up, cool. I can't really, especially like I'm a person, I look at the episode count, so I'm doing math. So I'm like, oh, it's about 10 episodes. By halfway through, it should grab your interest. It should have something that interests you. Now, we not talking about nothing like One Piece or nothing the old style.
Man, if it's 10 episodes and they ain't caught me by 5, they ain't caught me by 5 because I'm going to be gone by 3. But
y'all got 1, possibly 2. But I like this episode from the first episode. Well, I like this from the trailer. From the trailer, I was like, you know what? It looks pretty. I'm going to give it a shot.
Mike, you got to give it more than 1 on these most. I know you ain't going to do it. You got time.
Bro, there's too much out there, bro.
Sometimes you got to give it more
live
than
action.
Hey,
animation.
I say this,
I feel you.
We ain't got time for all that.
I make sure I give Coop his props, man, because I'll be out the door, and Coop will be like, "No, bro, trust me. Give it one or 2 more episodes." See, this is the great thing about being the other part of Blurtish. Coop knows my brain. In that, Coop be like, "No, we just ain't got to the stuff that you gonna like yet. Give it 2 more episodes." Coop already know by episode. If he's seen them already, he already know. Oh no, episode 3 gonna get you, dub. Hang in there. Hang in there. You'll be in by episode 3. And almost every time I hit Coop up at some clandestine time in the morning, be like, "You was right. You was right."
Yeah, like I gave Coop his props on like Fire Force and stuff. So it's like this shows
I did too.
But this is something that I actually like
Force
from the trailer. Well, I would say I was interested in from the trailer. I didn't know if I was going to like it.
And I'm gonna be honest. I figured because shout out to spring 2024. I was still listening to like some creators rank their openings. Yes, I know Mike doesn't mess with the openers, but it's good content. It's good content for anime people, but it's just I looking at the trailer, I was like, okay, this is kind of like I like the fluidity of the opener, and then looking at the trailer, but I was like, I don't really know what it's about.
I think I like fluidity a little bit more than fluidity.
I don't. No.
I like it.
Boy.
Let's forget that. But anyway, but yeah. So just yeah. I don't know what Cloverworks did if they called in a favor, because I feel like Now I know Cloverworks has become a big time anime studio, one of them. But I feel like they got some extra help from some other people.
This day one,
and
man.
You want to know why I say they either got some super talented people or they got some help, because there's this little scene that I think when he was training or they was joking, I don't know if it was on the ice or before like the arc started or between the episodes, you could what's his name? I like calling him by his real Lord name.
Oh, what? Lord Tokiyuki?
Lord Tokiyuki, because he coming up in the world.
See, he did a thing for short, but
Tokiyuki, and when it's like they changed his animation ever so slightly. It had like what we call the Trigger and Gynets type of look, and it just happened briefly, but it was like a joke, and it kind of calls to their style when they do that thing that Trigger does when it's joke time. And they did it real fast. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they just do a trigger on his face? Who is doing they doing a lot?
I don't know who doing it, but when they did the Sonic gotta go fast and stuff, I was like, man, look, y'all showing off now. I was like, look, when he started running around him, and he was like, all I could think of is Sonic. I was like, gotta go fast. I was like, you know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. Yo, you got the glow. And he was like, when you got that glow, your body knows. And look, the fire came up. And look,
boy, don't get me singing my song.
I was proud of that boy, man. I was like, come on. Look. And shout out to the other squad. Mochizuki, they outside. Yeah, homegirl, I forgot about the sniper chick with the blow darts. She came on the cut. She was like, bam, got you. Bam, bam, got you.
I don't even know if those darts did anything. But at the same time,
they slowed him down.
Yeah, they slowed him down.
She just pops up like she's so quiet. You forget about her, but
I was like, hold up, what?
She like her big brother.
Snap, we got a sniper on the squad too. Cool.
Yeah, man.
I love. First of all, she's wise beyond her years. I mean, she's like more serious than her dad. I don't know if that's
she's like a
her blood dad,
but I think
that's her brother.
Kid body or something.
Well, that ain't her legit. That ain't her brother. I'm talking about like the Lord Sua.
Yeah.
So is that her brother or is that her dad or uncle?
I thought that was her brother.
That's not her brother. She calls him father, but it's kind of like also
her dad, but like a
father.
Dad.
But also father's like I think he's kind of a priest, so it can kind of go for both. So it's something like he's kind of like religious and he's a lord too. So it kind of just that's your title.
In the future, maybe I don't know if he's. I
think he's like legit. His title is like a priest and he's a lord. Like from when he got introduced, so he is supposed to be, I think, a holy man. It's his like day-to-day occupation, other than being a lord. So she's kind of like she's like a maid shrine, because you know how they say like, the shrine maids. So that means there is a holy land, because they actually like the maids who like the deacons and deaconess, if you will, to put it into our terms.
I got you.
So he's a holy man. She's like a holy child as well, per se, in their, when they're not being warriors and stuff. So it's just kind of cool that, because she's wise as heck. But yeah, like you said, you were about to say the fight between, his two retainers with old boy. Oh man, they went with. I love that they didn't just, they had to face some adversity. It wasn't a lot of childish glee or goofiness.
Yeah,
they were fighting.
See, this big shout out to this, because our heroes did not go through this untouched. You know what I'm saying? I like that. They got roughed up a little bit. They had to struggle a little bit to let you be be okay with your hero struggling a little bit. But the way Mochizuki finished that dude off with a baseball swing.
Well, that and the setup and just the fact that he was like, "You children, blah blah blah, y'all really can't step to me." They didn't really say much. They just they knocked the dust off. She ripped off the jacket. She grabbed the sword and took the cut to her hand and I ain't letting go.
She pretty much
put
the sword in a naked
blade. I was like, okay, this girl is no part of punk.
Did all the spins, cut his arm off, and then she like you said, the baseball swing. Like you out of there. Because she's
like,
technically she's stronger than the boy. So it's like I knew what's about to happen. If she get a clean hit, that's it for him.
Yeah.
And for Buki, he just toying with old boy. Like when somebody is analyzing you, I'm like, oh, this technique.
Yo, man, I love where Fubuki showed that. Look, I am not above a groin kick. I'm not above it. Like, look, you better protect yourself at all times. All right.
I think because for one, I know it's a little bit joking around and all that, but at the same time, okay, Mark just threw me off with his camera, but like what? Anyway, sorry, but no, thank you. Got the Thriller pose. He went the Thriller pose, and speaking of Thriller, they actually slipped in a little Thriller, which I don't know if how they slipped it in, but they slipped it in when Tokiyuki was running around in circles and fighting. If y'all heard that,
man, I ain't hear that. I didn't
slipped Thriller into. They slipped a little composition of Thriller. The dum-dums. It's in there. Other people heard it. I'm like, oh my goodness, they cooking so hard. But yeah, man,
this episode, then the cavalry arriving with Suwa and everything. Man, look, these last two episodes, the setup of Fubuki and the training and all that stuff. Like, man, look, I love it when a plan comes together. And I am happy that this show exists.
I think Fubuki is going to be. I know the young senpai character is not a new trope. I think he's gonna be one of my favorites because I love when he analyzed them, broke them down. It's like you're good, but you're not as good as you think. Yeah. Like you might be better than old boy because that's why I left him to
when they take a full gash to the shoulder and just be like, "All right, let me tell you about yourself." Like that's how you know this dude is mad real.
And he just like that's enough out of you, and just like. This is what I'm saying.
He beheaded him with his back turned, bruh. Like the man is on another level.
That's why this is cold as a 24-year-old North Pole.
That's why I would not call this a show then. Because people are dying.
People definitely dying.
People are dying.
They are getting the blade.
In the most beautiful of ways, too. I'm like, yo, this is like mad cinematic.
This man, he's just like, that is enough from you. I'm like,
you know what, Mike? I love anime where when you see, I mean, because of the Sadame's extraordinary vision, some of the shots he makes are unrealistic, but some of the young princes fighting. They absolutely throwing heads, and it's beautiful.
I mean, the flips he was doing to avoid the sword, bouncing off the sword, running on the side of the wall, grabbing the ceiling. Like, you can't describe it all. You just have to visually drink it in with your eyes. And just like, all right, Cloverworks, y'all cooking. I'll shut up.
You gotta get eye shots.
Yeah. This is one of them anime, if it's on, like the old people
eye shot of Patron.
Say, sit your ass down, shut up, and watch. Just shut up and watch. Don't bother me while I'm watching this. Because I need to drink this in multiple times. I might go watch it after we finish pod just to watch the fight part. So
it's on another level. So yeah, we can move on because I know we've been on this for a minute. But
it's a good one to get stuck on, man.
I want to give it one more.
If y'all ain't watching Elusive Samurai, undo that. That's an error.
I want to give it one more compliment.
They should have an error code that pop up in your life if you're not watching Elusive Samurai.
There's only one other it's gonna be weird how I say it because I like other anime like Kaiju no Maid is high on my list, but far as something that what I say can hit all four quadrants, it may not be hitting all four quadrants or something like say family part, action part, seriousness, or humor. Only Spy Family has hit all of those emotions for me as great. This is almost like 3 of the quadrants.
Word.
And it hit a higher found family part when Suwa, who's usually like all super goofy, but then when Suwa just came up and hugged him, because this is time of the year where he don't have his powers, so he's kind of like nervous, and he's just like, man, I'm glad you are alive, and that's not on me. Like, so you feel that as a parent, he's young, like he's effectively his parent, mentor, you know, whatever else higher level they want to put on there, and he's like, this boy, like, y'all call me like my, you know, the Lord of this land and Lord of the sewers. He's saving us. He's going to save. This boy is preordained to save the country from this demon that we got to deal with. So, you know, that's the high level respect and love and care. But to also see that him hug him like this is his own child was beautiful. And even Sadove, look, Sadove, we don't like Sadove,
he was so excited to see that he was like, my young prince, you survived. Like, I knew you could, but I'm glad to see you did, because that general is so formidable, bro.
Shout out to Sadove's Governor Big Eyes actor. He was like, I love him, bro. I love this character. He's like, and they was like, you know, they could just tell that they like it. It was like, that's my line. I see you again. Like, no, we supposed to say that to you. How you popping up right here? Then he ran off like a chicken. But even though the villain was a piece of garbage, like you say, the man saw Buddha, he saw God for whatever reason through.
He was like, is he a monster? But I mean, look at the joy. He just, you know, on his feet, man.
You know what? I've told Coop this when I was working for the police department in Atlanta. One of the old vet cops told me, you ain't never had a butt whooping until it. And he said, being a cop on the job, you gonna experience it. He said, you know, you done had your butt whooped when it's over. You don't want no revenge. You don't want no get back. You just happy that you survived the encounter.
But to be honest,
that's what old boy was. He was like, I saw Buddha.
He's happy to survive.
I'm happy to have survived.
I just want to throw.
Hey, it was getting dark on him. He wasn't gonna make it.
Throw this last little bit, and I'm gonna move on. I don't even think I mean, he was happy to survive, but also do some weird vindication. And I hate the guy, but I'm almost happy for him because he was finally vindicated. And Sadame said, "I'm going to give you some lands. Like, you are brilliant, but you can no longer act on your own because you went out of pocket. We're gonna use your mind. You're gonna heal. I'm gonna give you some land." And he's finally like, "I'm whole again." And he saw God and he got land. So it's like, where does this go? Like the reason why I'm saying, like, that might be important down the line. If maybe there's a coup, maybe he becomes an ally when the party has to switch up and save Japan because he just met God in his minds and he has land. I don't know. We may not never see him again, or that just might be like how they use Yuki to Toki Maru. I'm saying up his name. Y'all correct me. But Tokiyuki to maybe as his first pulled his first Naruto. Just that you ain't gonna make it. You pulled his first Naruto, except that in Naruto people don't die right away. In his case, you might die. So that might be what maybe that's what I'm taking from it.
I'm telling you, the governor got whooped. He this is his first L. He ain't took no L's before. This is his first one. It ain't nothing like your first time.
Oh, this is his second L because he cannot legit take that land.
Hey,
he
bro,
cannot legit.
Yeah, you're right. This is his second L.
He was trying to steal it, and
I tell people all the time, I'm gonna give you what you're asking for, and when I'm done, I promise you won't ask for more.
The governor said something so smart. He was like, "Bruh, I wanted you to steal the land, not kill all the damn people. Who gonna pay taxes?"
Yo, actually, this is the third L. The first L was the dog fight. The second L was losing the decree or the contract.
Yeah.
This is the third L. Like,
there's no other leg for him to stand on. And he failed, so Sua could be like, "Hey, yo, this man was on my property." Like, even though, he can't, Sua can't go buy say old boy who's murdering people, but if the governor, like if the emperor still exists and the emperor still have power, he can actually hear Sua out to be like, oh man, you lost my parchment, this, that. Just saying in maybe a logistical way that the governor can't say nothing no more. Like this is kind of it. He will have to only do crooked stuff to figure this out. And that might be the end of him for this season, because I mean he tried it every hook and crook. He done lost by legal competition.
Yeah, because his first two L's were very public. This one, the other guy was kind of, you could say he was working on his own, so he can kind of sweep that under the rug.
So Sadame is definitely, we have enjoyed his first season. We know they will probably switch over to somebody else because it's going to get more difficult for them, unless they just keep bringing Big Eye back. He keep coming up with schemes, but we know that eventually they're gonna have to go past him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw this real quick because this ain't gonna take long. Then I know Coop got something he's seen this week, but guys, I hate to report that Terminator Zero, I was kind of disappointed in it, y'all.
If you say that, then I may not even turn it on.
Guys, I had to muscle through that joint, man.
Damn, all of it? You watched all of it?
I watched all 8 episodes, y'all.
You sound so disheartened.
I wanted it to be dope. It has great concepts, but it's very slow. It's very kind of depressing. Like all of the score and everything is kind of like sad music and depressing instead of like high voltage action. And I know people want to be like, oh, it's a thinking man's. No, just because you have action doesn't mean someone isn't smart. We watch action all the time and they talk about how smart they are because they're actually using the tactics and the strategies to win. So just because you fight a lot doesn't mean that you're not smart. But in this case, it's just slow and the payoff isn't worth it. If you watch it, just don't expect too much, man. Don't expect too much.
I'm gonna go in with my expectation level low.
Should I even waste my time?
I wouldn't.
Okay. So because I'm in a more happier poppy mood. It's still summer down here, minus all the pumpkin spice commercials.
I think there's some cool concepts in it about time travel, about what this series brings, but it's just it's a long walk. It's a very long, slow walk.
Terminator stopped for me at Terminator 2, and then the show that came on Fox with the girl,
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I like that because the girl Terminator was cool, and they canceled it for some. Like I don't know why. Every time I watch it,
canceling.
Every time I get into a network show, canceled. So I'm like, all right. I stopped watching. I think I stopped watching Fox. I didn't really like baseball, but the baseball show with the black girl who was pitching, they canceled that, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like I don't know what the last time I watched the Fox show, but anyway, it's just I didn't feel the hype for it. It was always on the list. It was on Polygon. It was on Being a Geek and other lists, but I have not seen.
I don't know what it's on their list for.
I mean, it was just on the list that is coming out in summer.
Oh,
like kind of like to watch maybe, but it wasn't like, oh, this is the one. Like, but the preview list, because it made our preview list too. They were like, okay, this is gonna come out. That's them.
Y'all hurt my heart on this one.
That's disappointing because I like the Terminator series.
Me too. That's why
some of the movies are missed, but I mean the first 2 are such good classics that even with all the misses, it's still a pretty decent series of movies. So
if you had to, I know this is way off different, but talking about humanoids and androids and stuff like that, instead of Terminator, if you had to tell somebody to go watch, like say Cyberpunk or like the Blade Runner anime, would you say it doesn't? I'm sure it does not hold a candle.
Now I haven't seen the Blade Runner anime, so I can't really speak on that one. Cyberpunk has a lot of high voltage action, which I do enjoy. They have that weird time jump where I'm like, what?
Well, Trigger only had still like you got 10 episodes to cook.
Bro, they had that weird time jump where I was like, hold up, did I miss an episode? Like
they all took us through the time jump paradox. It still worked, but it was getting weird, but it worked.
But it got weird. But I'd say Cyberpunk. I would watch Cyberpunk over this one, just for the energy and the movement and the plot. There's a lot. Terminator Zero has a lot of talking in one room.
I got it.
Just sitting and talking.
The middle, if there's a Venn diagram of cool robot, cybernetic, cyberpunk, and androids, Ghost in the Shell. Boom, fixed it. Skip it. Just go watch Ghost in the Shell.
Watch all the
Watch Ghost in the Shell. Gets.
Now I will say, Ghost in the Shell on Netflix isn't really my jam.
I'm talking
about like Ghost in the Shell 1 and 2, and then
I'm talking about TV
then
shows.
The series.
Yeah, I'm talking about the two early series that followed right after like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like they came out a few years later, which all-time legendary adaptations or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if it was original, but those so I could just go watch. So I will just go watch those shows again because you know what, folks? Sometimes I like to call things the Adult Swim glow up. Back in the early days when we come in the house, if you were an anime watcher and you didn't have Crunchyroll, when for all the rich fancy people who can afford that at the time, I couldn't.
Rich fancy people.
Hey, I couldn't afford no subs when I was just getting out of college. Gits was such a good show. I didn't know exactly what's going on. I remember the Laughing Man saga because Laughing Man saga, he was driving people nuts.
Laughing Man was crazy.
Laughing Man is like almost kind of horrific in a way. He was taking people out, like you just getting hacked up, getting your body is hacked, all your cybernetics just gone AWOL. And it's like, ain't we supposed to be beyond this? But nope, Laughing Man. You can't even see his face. He's literally like John Cena. He's right there with no mask on.
No,
and
he didn't say he like John Cena.
Feel like a laughing emoji laughing at you while you're dying. Yeah. I gotta go back and watch the Laughing Man saga, at least that. So yeah, folks. So skip. Just like I skipped.
I skip that. I skip it.
Pseudo harem. Go replace it with Gits and Cyberpunk.
But anyway, cool. What you got?
I'm gonna make a little time, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna dip in for about 10 minutes, Mike.
Actually,
if it don't catch me, man, I think I might bunge into.
Mark, I want you to. I want to give you a homework assignment. Skip that. I want you to watch Ghost in the Shell, man. I really do.
I've been done with school for so long. I don't do homework. I'm sorry, baby. I don't do no homework.
I don't know, man. Your coworker, shout out to Golden Wang, be like, Mark, do the homework. Do the work.
No, that sucker just don't. He comes to work to avoid home.
Oh my
I'm
God.
Like, no, sir. No, sir. That's not how I'm gonna live life.
Shout out to Golden. He don't listen to us, but we love him anyway.
That's my dog.
But he got more important things to do. But I'm just saying, man, I would rather you spend time on Gits than what Mike just said. Because if you haven't watched, like, bro, really though, Ghost in the Shell, the TV series, really, 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 really up there. Like, I cannot stress that more. And I need to be watching myself because, like I said, you watch it late, you come in, but it woke me up from what the things I was doing when I would come in and Adult Swim be on. So I'm gonna rewatch it. I need to add that to my rewatch list.
Yeah, it's dope for real. But all right, cool. I'm gonna throw
Oshinoko time. Oshinoko time.
Oh yeah, Oshinoko. What's up?
Yeah. Oh
Oshinoko.
Man. No.
Actually, I don't mind that. That's a nice little.
Thank you, bro.
For the show, I like that.
Oshinoko, no man. But anyway, I was saying no, but go ahead, go with it. Float your boat. But
do it.
You need to. But since the good thing is, it usually new episodes come out today. It went on a break, but the last episode, I think I told like I was saying during the play, they were doing all these things, and the play was wrapping up. Like this is the first opening of the play, so you get to see everybody's kind of like inner thoughts and what they've been dealing with, and they're working it out on stage. So it's Aqua time. It's back to the main dude who got this situation to deal with. You know, he got to find his bastard daddy to eventually kill him, possibly. You know, I hope he don't have to kill him, but he seems very determined to kill him. But on stage, so he's going like the last episode before this recent one, and he's not good at, say, emotional acting, but he had to remember what was the worst part of his life or his current life, because he is reincarnated. There's that too. I keep saying this, but it's like I like to throw that in. But and it's just seeing he was there seeing his mom bleed out, who is famous lady who had him and his sister in secret. So, and he drawed upon that, and then so he realizes that, and he talked to his kind of like surrogate father, this director who knew him since he was a kid. He was like, "You hate acting," and even the director started to feel out like, "I realized that you were I's kid." He's like, because everything lined up. So this is the second person who done kind of figured it out. So I don't know if there's gonna be other people that figure this out. They might have some issues. I don't know. It's been a minute. It's been 17 years since his mom died. So maybe not. So the director's like, yeah, you have basically been traumatized. You can't deal with it another way. He's like, for you, acting needs to be painful. It needs to be this. It needs to feel like it's cutting you, to pull it out of you. He said, you're just never going to enjoy it. So he took those type of methods and he's just going nuts on stage in character. Like, but it's like he's literally working out his frustration. He's playing like, and this what triggered it, his girlfriend, his girlfriend, who is the lead of the play. Her character just died by the lead character, like the lead actor, top actor in this company, who's just a little bit older than him. Keep note of that. So he's 20, Aqua's 17. So in Aqua's mind, he was seeing Akane characters died, he tapped into his pain and his frustration and just went nuts in a way that still lifted him up as an actor. Because a lot of people like, Aqua, you're good, but you know, you kind of bland. Like, you don't have no emotion. He just showed it. So he's like, he's showing he has talent, because in this world, you got to really kind of move up to get closer to where you need to know and to find more stuff out. If that premise makes any sense. So the play is closing. You know, things are we going on to like the next episode. He's worked it out, and then so that's like the middle of it. Play close. Everybody, remember all the people that had issues, like the writers and stuff. Writers are happy, the producers are happy, crowd's going nuts. They are successful. They have solved the major problem of building this play. Now we're back into, hey, I need to find out this person. Aqua is pulling people's DNA behind the scenes in between his
hold up. How you
like he's getting hair brushes, he pulling hair off of hair brushes, he doing stuff. At first I didn't catch it. So they was like, hey, let's go to this rap party, blah blah blah.
Craziness.
And he's like, let's get, I need to talk more to like the director. Director's kind of closed lip, but he did talk about like how the company, the director, the theater company got founded, yada yada. And then he kind of said, yeah, it's just like one mistake. So he's probably not the person who did the murder, but he probably knows a little bit more. So they was like, let's get him drunk or whatever. So him and the dude who's 20, who's like the lead actor, they was like, hey, let's go somewhere else and drink, blah, blah, blah. Get away from the rest of the cast. So the director, he's getting drunk. And it turns out the director is kind of the surrogate father for the other lead actor, who's pretty good. So he raised him. But then he kind of said something crazy while the two were sitting by each other. He's like, Aqua, I didn't think you had it in you, but I realized something. Normal people can't be good actors. They have to go through something, blah, blah, blah. See, he's like, this boy here, I practically raised him. He grew up, he was in a child's home as well. He was in a child home, blah, blah, blah. And y'all kind of similar, blah blah blah. So boy, he gets drunk, he pass out because they was trying to find out more about this old story that might have led into that, but this is the swerve. Aqua was like, realistically though, I wanted to talk to you, not really him. I'll get to him later. You know what Aqua pulls out? Aqua pulls out up a DNA test and said, "Hey, yo, bro, we brothers." It was like, I'm like, what? He was like, "Now tell me, what do you know about your dad or anything?" And that's where we left off. I'm like, okay, Aqua's on his light Yagami right now because I didn't see that coming. Like, I guess you can see he was doing stuff, but I'm going to figure this out. He's like, I see some things, so we probably got like 2 or 3 episodes. I don't know where this is going to end. I don't know if his brother is going to be down for this, but at the same time, as some other reviewers saying like, "Bro, you stole my DNA. I ain't gonna mess with you. What you talking about?" But they are kind of similar now that you think about it a little bit, and it's just like, where does this all go? And I'm hooked, bro. I'm hooked. I don't care where they go, unless they mess up the bed or poop the bed. I mean, I know this ain't gonna be wrapped up this season, but I'm in. Ushinoko, as he keep coming back, I gotta find out if he find his dad. Because it's like, if you're willing to do this to one of your coworkers, like, this is weird behavior. You know what I'm saying? That
very weird.
You don't need to get out, and you don't even need it to get out that your eyes hid. Because what if they want to murder you? What if they want to murder your sister? Or maybe maybe with your dad, maybe he's a made man. I don't know. Maybe he was a producer. Maybe he was somebody who did not need to be around young girls because his older brother is 3 years older than him. So I was under about 15, 16, or about that age. So it's already a lot of badness, you know what I'm saying, with the past that I'm sure a lot of people don't want to necessarily come up. Because when you start pulling on one thread, you're going to find more. You're going to find other producers. And these producers, once you get past the artistry and the love for acting, they start saying weird stuff like, "Oh, you need to be a broken person and not normal to really pull out your emotions," and blah, blah, blah. So, bro, this is still a cautionary tale of Hollywood, y'all. Hollywood, or the Japanese entertainment industry, or Asian entertainment industry, if you will, as alone to go with this. So, and his sister doesn't know anything yet. So his sister doesn't even know that he wants to kill somebody, but his girlfriend do, and the director probably got a good idea. One of the director that kind of was his surrogate father kind of got an idea. So I don't know. That's what I got.
This man, I can't wait to give this joint a shot because it seems weird and extremely multi-layered. I'll give it that.
It's multi-layered in a way that makes you want to stand up and clap and be like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and then be like, "Oh, this is really dark." And it's like Aqua is pretty much, he needs people around him to give him the light, and everybody else light is shining. But Aqua's star-crossed eyes, they go dark. So that means this is his true intention. And he had a talk with himself while he was going through it. He even had like a weird moment where he visioned where his mom didn't die, and she had a talk with him, blah, blah, blah. And it just was like, he's a tortured soul. Like, I can't put it the other way. And I just don't see this ending well for Aqua and people close by him. I don't feel hopeful, you know what I'm saying? Because if he do kill somebody, he has to hide it. He gotta hide it. He just can't. I'm just kill somebody. I'm back to work. Now I'm a star. I don't know. We don't know where this is gonna go. I mean, what does his older brother know? Maybe have they met their dad? Maybe he lived with him. Maybe his dad did something to his mom. Or maybe he was another broken home from the start of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his dad murdered his mom. Maybe he went through the same situation. I don't know. So,
hey man, this is all right. Cool. I'm like I said, I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I can't wait to give this one a shot. Cause every time you talk about it, there's some weird stuff going on. So I'll give them
a whole
props
lot
for
of
that.
weird stuff.
hey, bro, this is like I say again, what the CW wished it could have done with one of its shows before they always ruin it. this is better than anything I watched on Riverdale. I'll tell you that.
Dad. Not Riverdale though. Oh,
I tried.
Man.
Yeah, I tried with Riverdale, man. I tried. I don't know why I tried, but I used to
You
grow up
should
watching.
not have tried.
I like Archie growing up, and I was like, all right, they're gonna make weird and Gen millennial, late millennial, and Gen Z Archie. Like I wouldn't even say Gen Z, but it was just weird Archie, rated R Archie. Look, Archie was sleeping with Miss Weatherby. I was like, all right, all bets are off.
No, he didn't say all bets are off.
Bruh, Miss Weatherby made her fine. They were having an affair over the summer.
Hold up. Isn't Archie essentially a child though?
Yes.
Compared to
yes, and also
there go Hollywood with that stuff again.
And also knowing the way the CW does it is just like, all right, these grown men and kids and women. Oh, bro, they look. I ain't saying watch it, but I'm just saying if you liked Archie growing up and you just want to be like, this is vastly different from the Archie comics, and watch Riverdale or don't.
Wow.
I don't. But I had to try it myself, and I'm like, all right, this might be one of the last few teen dramas I get into. That, like, it can't be no good.
I can't roll with y'all no more.
Like, I'm gonna try a couple more. I'll try it in anime because you can't help it in anime where they always gonna give you teenage kids and kids got to save the world in Japan or murder their parents or something. I don't know.
Japan stayed putting kids in like the driver's seat. I'm like, well, where the adults at? Y'all gonna save the world too, or y'all just gonna let it ride?
No, they have jobs and they're way too responsible.
That's actually the flavor. They be like, look, gun them.
Look, I gotta be at work at 8 a.m. So how about y'all go fight the aliens for me?
All the mech series. I mean, the most famous line for one of the most recent mechs in like Neon Evangelion, like getting the damn robot, Shinji. And that's your daddy.
Wow.
Up in the high telling you getting the damn robot because they can fit in the robot or something and yada yada. You know, getting in the murderous, monstrous, possible humanoid robot machine, Shinji. And become a fighter. That is so okay.
Well, I guess I'll go on and flip it to at least the last thing on my mind right now, which is some more kids saving the world, which is of course, that's right, My Hero Academia.
My Hero.
All right, before we get started on this one, shouts out to BCD News. They know good and well what they doing. I was like, yo, BCD News, bruh, what is your weather girl? Like, you know good and well this is not weather girl approved clothes. Like,
yeah,
y'all trying to get
she was thick too.
Y'all trying to get the ratings up. That's what it is.
I mean, is it not approved?
Well, yeah, I ain't gonna front because if you look at like them like Telemundo, Univision and stuff, you look at them weather girls and be look they trying to get them ratings.
I want to
up.
say this. I think I'll speak for Mark when I say Mike of NERDSoul does not speak for Blurtish. We approve these tactics, and I just
want to know who. I was like, y'all trying to get these ratings up? But
yes,
that BCD News segment showed something that I love about My Hero. They don't do it a lot, but they make sure to give it to us to let us know that there's a wider context of a world out there. And we see that there's people saying, hey, we don't agree with our governments just lying down for all for one. That
was in America, right? That was still
I believe she was in America.
Yeah, she was like, man, forget y'all. The hell with this.
That's actually a cool thing that I like that they do. Every now and then they'll show like the governments and like how it moves in a wider context, because of course he's kind of like torn the lid off of all this anarchy worldwide.
Sadly though,
so I do like seeing at least a little glimpse into that.
It's just this is like the beginning of a failed empire or a beginning of a new, you know, real socialist, communist empire. I mean, do she get taken out back and beaten because of this, or what?
Yeah,
What happens to
I don't know
her?
what's going to happen? Because I mean, it didn't seem like everybody else was down with her message, and the producer seemed to be like, "Yo, shut this down, shut her off right now," kind of thing.
Like either I'm gonna kill you or please don't kill me for this for her actions. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know, bro. That's bad when you got like the superhero equivalent of the Red Scare going on, except that it actually happened. The
Yeah, 'cause,
world
like,
is torn up.
like this, because everybody behind the cameras is all scared and everything, and she's making her statement, you know, that basically, hey, we don't agree with our government or our governments around the world just laying down and letting All for One just take over and stuff, and kind of like fight back kind of thing. And I like that. I like that this show steps back and shows us the world
And man,
as a whole every now and then.
it's looking for a hero. My Hero Academia, man. It's in the title.
Yep.
They looking for hope. You know, there's no All Might to come save you.
Yeah, they ain't no All Might right now. Right now, we got Deku, and he just showed up. But I mean, Deku still, he ain't there yet. He's growing,
Like,
but
bruh,
he ain't all the way there yet.
I know you don't. I know you may
Like
not care.
Deku's not at the level where he shows up and people just get scared.
I mean, Deku wasn't even known. Like, it's just now public knowledge that he has All for One. So nobody.
true.
I mean, the people who know about All for One have no need to be scared. They too busy trying to harvest his DNA and kill him. So like, yeah, they like all one for all just or All for One just ain't got no need to be scared of nobody. The only person he was scared of was All Might, and he effectively killed him. Ended him. He trying to hurry up and end him before Deku can figure it out. But man, it's just not looking good. But you know what? Me and you talked about this, Mike. I want to just give a shout out to my hero. Look, what's his name? I can't even remember his name. And we watched the episode. I always like Tentacle. I always thought he was a cool character. Just to learn about his backstory of the racism that he felt as a what you call it, heteromorph, and to see the stuff that he went through. Rocky Top. I don't know what's his real name. I just call him Rocky Top. But shout out to any Tennessee ball fans. I'm sorry, not sorry. Or Rockhead. What's his real name? I don't want to be mean to him.
Rocklock, I think.
No, that is not Rocklock. Rocklock is a black dude. No.
Oh, all right, never mind.
Rocklock is the black dude who has locks and he locks stuff in place. So, but I love even his little backstory. He's like the character I always forget about that can talk to animals. But you see what his mom told him. He's like, look, hey, there's gonna be people who gonna be scared of you, and you might grow horns like I did, but you use your abilities. And you fight back. Like she said, you fight back to protect the ones you love and what you stand on. Shout out to mom.
She was like, look, do the best you can.
Do the best you can, and you defend yourself and you defend others who deserve it. And I ain't mad at the heteromorphs, even though they were kind of being influenced, I guess, old boy powers or just a persuasion. And also when people who are mistreated for so long in your face, like dirt, like nothing in this society. And look, even Rocklock even talked about it when he was like, has he got a white wife or a Japanese wife? And he mentioned it a little bit. So shout out to Japanese anime creators who put reality, like you said, they will step back and be like, look, man, life ain't always as great, and I know how this looks, but I stayed in Japan, blah blah blah. So to talk about like oh, the city got more diverse people in it, he's like, but Tentacle, like, I grew up in the country and they beat my A. You know what I'm saying? They treated me like garbage. I got scars. He's like, man, it made me feel away. I hid my face so that way I kind of maybe fit in more and just kind of would show the scars. And you see the adults getting it like, yeah, this is a big burly person, but he's a kid though. And like, damn, are we gonna do the things to him that the people that we hate did to him? And he's like, look, man, y'all, and I love what they said. They didn't pull a Naruto like, oh, you're wrong. He's like, no, you are right. You are justified. But please do not kill these people in the hospital, man. Like, please don't do this. Like,
that's
because
one thing I enjoyed about this. I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. He
said he
was like,
right.
nah, y'all justified in being angry. Yeah. We're not here to tell you wrong. We're just saying, please don't kill these people.
He's like, but these doctors and these people,
please exercise some mercy on these people.
They are protecting everybody, and we're here to protect them. That's it. He's like, I can't tell you nothing else beyond that. Tentacle, like, look, if you got to do what you got to do.
Tentacle, bro, he I like he's not a main character, but like I like his story, and I like that his story was told the way it was.
Bruh, didn't see that coming.
Man, this, and you were talking about the precepts that certain anime has to hit on for it to hit on all cylinders. I don't know where this one misses, man. This one here is.
Bruh, it took two characters for the most part not to be mean. It might be somebody's face.
They were extras.
I'm not even gonna say extras. Nobody ain't give a damn about them. Because people I forget they were there. Like
background singers.
Look, Froppy even get a little couple of lines, and she kind of in the Choco storyline. So she's like, she's like the best friend. I need more Froppy, but I get it. She ain't the best girl, whatever. But these two, Tentacle was there just plant something every blue moon. I think he was cooler than
just like, we need a heteromorph on the team that looks weird.
Yeah. We got a couple. Yeah, we got 2 heteromorphs. And I guess
they got 3, right?
Well, they got Purple Girl.
I know somebody in the comments right now is angry, like Purple Girl
or Alien Queen. Mina. Got Mina. You got Tentacle. You got Rocky. God, I forgot his name. But you got Rocky. I don't know.
I don't know. Animal Man.
Great Brush doesn't really count as one, but he's just weird. He a mute. I guess you could say he got a mutation.
Yeah, so I guess I'd throw him sort of in the heteromorph bucket. I know there's going to be somebody who like knows all the lore. He's like, no, he's a mutate or something like that.
I would call him a mutate because he's not. Because I guess
even though I know we're getting into Marvel terms, but don't look. You know what we mean.
Or he's like they kind of mentioned the mutation, before. So he's like a mutant or he's a mutated human. So he's not quite such and such. So who else is in there? But because there are other people, their bodies, like if they look normal, but then their bodies or hands or something might change, miss or move or yada yada yada. Because like I guess Sun Eater isn't a heteromorph, even though he kind of becomes one through his powers. So it's just, man, My Hero don't miss, bro. Like even when you look at the big 3, and their personalities, like what they had to go through, and all these different type of people, from people who are autistic or people who are, say, kind of depressed, or people who felt less than, having to be able to get their shine on these different seasons and different episodes. Man, it's just been, the show is gonna be missed, bro. Like whatever, I'm gonna go back and learn this creator's name. Like, forgive me, anime people or Dusty Chans, I don't know creators' names right off bat, but I know that he is dope.
I know it. Gucci is a Dusty Chan. That dude, mad Dusty. The way he was coming up.
Who is that? Which one?
The 5th turtle.
Oh well. Spinner. Oh man. I mean, he had the right to be though, man. They were best. Like Spinner life was hell too, and it's just like, this is what, like, bruh, this is what happens when you treat people less than. Mm-hmm. Like, you lucky you get a tentacle.
When you designate a certain group of people to be second-class citizens, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
You create cynicism. You create people wanting to exact their revenge on you.
And then you wonder why that cynicism is looking at a certain event coming up in November. Like, why should I even show up? But that's a whole other thing.
I mean,
even though I still think y'all need to show up, because
you should absolutely show
remember
up.
There's more on the ballot than just presidents. what they going to do with your school board, what they going to do with the parking zones, what they going to do with the building zones and the zoning and everything. There's tons of stuff on the ballot that ain't just the president.
All of it.
Because actually, I would argue that your local I'm not the first person to say it. There's a quote.
You don't have to argue that.
There's a quote that says all politics is local. Like, honestly, your city and state, your city, county, state, township, parish, whatever it is, I would argue that's more important than,
I'll say this,
than than any federal statutes or federal candidates. But that's a whole other story.
I'm just gonna say briefly, from a person who has worked in federal, state, and government and city parish now, it is absolutely the first city. Look, think about it. The people that's the closest to you are the first people that can touch you. Think about that. First person who can hit you.
What they going to do with where they going to build the park? Where they going, like, where you can and can't park downtown? All that stuff. Those are the stuff that makes your life problematic.
When you have judges, your state have Supreme Court judges that allow a misshapen city that should not exist to get the chance to build their misshapen, underfunded segregation fest. Looking at you, St. George. I don't care.
That's a good description, cool.
To do it. So yeah, it absolutely does matter. But it all matters. It does matter for the generations. Presidency makes a big change, but you absolutely, for your senators, that too. But I digress. But yeah, man, just for the tentacle. But you get somebody who is magnanimous, if the word, like Tentacle, who can forgive, who can turn the other cheek, who can be a strong person. But then you get your incels, and I'm not even mad at Spinner for why he went that way. But if you get these people who are incels, who, now the incels think that they've been wronged and they post, I can't get no girl because women have rights. Why did they get into school and I couldn't get into school? Because you mediocre, you ain't got no outlook, you ain't trying to apply yourself. However, they not necessarily wrong about Spinner. I mean, he got beat, he got chased, and then when he got the power, look what he's doing. He don't have a North Star for him to be a better person. His North Star became Shigaraki and for all for one.
And that's not the best North Star to have.
No, he became a damn Hulk with and then he also, unfortunately, Spinner was the dude to get to that hospital who had the wake-up call for Warp. And now it's like all hell is breaking loose because Warp is free. Man, President Mike couldn't stop the day. I love President Mike, man. President Mike, I love when anime take a character you think gonna be an absolute joke. President Mike be out there whooping people. When he can't, Mike be like, man, look, I am tired of playing with you people. Man, y'all almost killed my best friend. Y'all done mutated my other best friend. And I can't reach him. So either I might have to kill one of my friends to stop this from going worse, and he couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah,
now Warp is all over.
The only thing that made me mad about President Mike in this episode, or this most recent episode, is like, I was thinking, bruh, if you could have been like 10 seconds faster, man, because now
you should have killed Shigaraki well before that, but he just wasn't. He was fighting out the crowd to get there.
Hey man, now we got a real problem on our hands.
Cause that wake up call, I guess he shut down, but Warp, I guess they didn't have no power dampeners or they couldn't, and they just tied him up and shut him down. But when he broke free, that was it. Man, Warp, it's Villains Day now. It's about to get dark. It's about to be the darkest of dark before the light come.
I don't know. I'm just saying, we about to take mad L's.
I feel like a couple of heroes about to die.
Yo, the whole move with was it Toma or whatever, using
Toga,
using the blood that we forgot about. I didn't even know she had some of that blood. So I'll be honest, I forgot about it. I don't know if we all did, but I was like, hold up. This she still got some?
Out to Hawks. Hawks was like, I scurred the area to make sure all his blood and DNA was gone. How did y'all do it? But Hawks is like, kill her now. Hawks was like, aim on her. Like, cause this is about to get bad. Cause y'all know Twice powers. He can replicate himself and duplicate powers. So it's like they got a super cavalry that just arrived.
Yo, and she did some kind of infinite dead man song or something like that.
Sad Man's Parade.
Oh yeah, Sad Man's Parade, infinite, destruction or whatever she called it.
Now like, I don't know.
I was like, see, come on, President Mike.
Yeah, President Mike could have.
If we had like 10, 15 seconds where he could have been a little bit faster.
Just a little bit faster.
Hawks better not die because of this, but I feel like Hawks and Endeavor, bro. It ain't looking good.
Hawks on his last leg.
Hawks and Endeavor are gone.
Rough.
I think we about to kiss Hawks goodbye, bro. I hold to be wrong.
You know what? I would. Okay.
Exactly. Hawks
go. If my hero and Endeavor go, y'all have to give me them going out. Like it gotta be dope.
My hero.
Like they gotta like give it they
listen to me.
And then they finally go down.
If Endeavor save Hawks, I'll give him half a compliment. Save Hawks, kill Endeavor. Do not kill Hawks.
Like I can get down with them being like straight back to back, last man standing kind of.
Gotta save Hawks.
Like
no, he gonna make it though, cause he ain't got no feathers.
And it's season 7 too.
Bruh, it's just like Hawks is that dude, but it's like like if you want to really make things hopeless, see Hawks die. Like we know Endeavor is kind of slotted to die. Yeah. I mean they got Dobby. He done popped up.
I figured Endeavor would probably end up sacrificing himself.
He's gonna have
to sacrificing himself to like save the mentor or the psyche of Dobby, or sacrificing himself to save Shoto from Dobby. But it seemed, at least for a while, like Shoto and Dobby are kind of around the same level. Like, so he might not need to protect Shoto from Dobby, because up until now, up until like an episode or two ago, we were like, oh, Dobby was taken care of.
Actually, I disagree. I think Dobby is pretty much, his body, he's become like almost like a being of fire. He's just burning out. Like he's like, I'm going to kill somebody before I die. Because they like, it don't make no sense that he's surviving. They're like, that body is gone. He's just fire. So yeah, ain't no protecting the psyche of him. He's gone. He's an atomic bomb right now. And he's aimed.
I wonder
directly
if that's the case. I don't know how vast Shoto or Endeavor's powers are, but if they were to modify a bit of their powers, like Captain Atom, would they be able to just absorb Dobby? Or maybe I'm getting too deep into the pseudoscience woods of comics and anime.
I don't think at this shorter time. I think if this was Marvel and American, or if this was a more evil based anime, absorption would be one. I think somebody got to go, somebody got to stay. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of like Cain and Abel, and with your daddy there, somebody's go like one of them three. Two of them ain't gonna be there.
Y'all gonna be
by the time. Like Dobby's gonna be dead. Like Dobby is pretty much scheduled to die because he's breaking the laws of his powers through sheer hate. Like so.
So yeah, something like either that or like Endeavor hugs Dobby and they both die together. He's like, I understand, son. I understand. You get that little fire tear that burn up on his cheek, and then they just go out in a burst of flames.
Because all Dobby want to be is acknowledged, but he's going to kill him while being acknowledged. It just ain't no
acknowledged. All right.
It just ain't no way around it. Like the man don't help tear up Japan and the world, and then out your family business without going to see this through.
Oh, and shouts out to a new term that I don't think I've ever heard: pyrocumulonimbus clouds. That's a whole nother level of fire in the sky. But I digress. The news lady did bust us down with some new terms. At least I never heard before. But they did a great job in these last 2 episodes with characters that I was like, so. And now I'm like, you know what? That's kind of dope. I see where y'all going. So now I see how y'all gonna fit. Now I see how y'all gonna run this out. We gonna see like all these engaging fights of all these random extras.
Told y'all, and this is how they gonna make it last. As long as they going to make it last.
Just like with the finale of The Boys this year. At the finale of last season, I was thinking, oh, okay, the way this looks, they got like a season, maybe 2 seasons left. At the end of this season, I'm like, honestly, you could do like 3-4 more seasons based off this.
I actually disagree. I think it's such bad. 1 season left is good.
Like the reign of terror of like a fascistic government run. I mean, it's basically Injustice. You could run 2 seasons or so off of Injustice alone.
I think
and then a last final season of like, you know, them either going back in time or doing something to stop everything. Like
with Butcher,
the way this ended, I was like, bro, y'all could actually do way more now. How are y'all gonna wrap this up so quick? Unless the government is just gonna be a failed government out the gate,
bro. It's gonna be a failed government because everybody's a failure. Everybody's losing in that one. I promise.
Like maybe we can get Sage to be like, all right, Sage, you wanted to do it. Can you undo it?
Butcher just snapped the president-elect in 2. Okay? Yeah, ain't no going back. Ain't no going back. Ain't no they ain't gonna run this out. But but back to my hero. It's just I'm enjoying it, bro. I'm gonna miss this show again. I think we have no more than say 2 seasons. I know somehow they're gonna do 2 more seasons. I get it. I'm gonna go see the movie. I gotta check when the movie come out. But man, I love this show, man. Like,
yeah, word up. So I'll throw it on over to Mark Dub, part man, part thug. If you would, please, you know what I'm saying? Say what up, give us some final thoughts, and tell us where they can find you. Oh, Mark Dub must have signed off. He went and hollered at the chick from BCD News.
I think maybe he saw a busty woman running on the street and he died.
He probably saw it in his own thought bubbles, and then somebody beside him saw the same thought bubbles. I was like, hold on, how is he seeing your thoughts? But anyway, Coop, final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts, man. Again, y'all, if y'all ain't watching Elusive, please watch Elusive. Like, I want that show to get all its ratings. Now I know I ain't watching it the right way, but for me, if you got Crunchyroll, okay, well, whoever got the right way,
watch it, and on top of watching it, go in and buy them book bags and the socks and the drawers and the lunchbox. Buy all that stuff so it keep going.
They ain't making that for in America probably. Because again, it's not really.
Buy it online.
It's
every
not
dollar count.
I don't think it's really a shonen, and I don't think it. I don't know. I think it's a hit, but I don't think it's a hit. Like it's not built to be a My Hero. It's just not. I don't even think it's gonna last that long.
Yeah, but every show got it. Every show got merchandise, I assume.
Probably only in Japan. Only in Japan. Like it might be like, you know, somebody that one light novel. I think it might be a light novel, so it may not all the way be like just regular manga. It might have just been built as a lot of people should do in their books. You know, I ain't gonna get into that, but.
Just go to the Crunchyroll store, see what y'all find. Just buy it so then Coop and I can watch.
Don't go to Crunchyroll. Go to the store overseas and buy it. That's where it matters the most.
You know they don't ship out here. They don't be shipping out here.
They might. It just go take forever.
Yeah. Get that T-shirt 3 months from now.
I know one thing. I think I finally saw it. I think they got figures. Now they probably expensive, but if you can get some figure shit, buy the figures. Yeah, everybody sell figures of everything.
Yep.
And you know, so I might go look at that. Like I could if I had space for it. Tokiyuki is become enough of a character that I wouldn't mind a figure of him. I hope he gets popular where there's like cheap figures, because I do cheap figures, y'all. I'm not that to that weeb level yet.
Shoot, I was putting up some minifigs on my desk the other day. So shouts out to them little minifigs. You know what? I hope y'all got them in y'all area. Shouts out to Bricks and Minifigs. It's a dope place. It's like reselling Lego stuff, but you can go in there and build your own minifigures and stuff. It's actually a cool place.
I would get some figures there, but yeah, watch Elusive. If you got time and you like the melodrama and the soap opera / really dark drama of Oshinoko, give it a shot. It sounds crazy to get into, but it's only on season 2. It won't take you too long, I promise you. Maybe if you're into that type of vibe, I think you'll be highly rewarded. Shout out to his openers. Has 2 good openers. I know the homie here don't care, but for the people who like openers, you'll be pleased. In fact, its opening song for season 1.
There are openers that I like. You know what
it broke into the top 100 Billboard last year for what they call Idol. So it started off strong. It's like a K-pop song, but the way the visuals went to it became a thing on TikTok. Like for some reason, it just like all the creators and all the people dance to it. It's a tech hit, tech music hit or whatever they call it, So it's just it is what it is. But other things, what I am looking for, something that just crossed my mind. Oh, coming up soon, I think next week, Dan to Dan drops in theaters for a 3-episode intro. Look, y'all, I get it. I know y'all don't want to watch episodes in the theater. I don't care. When the show looks good, I want to see it early. I want to feel what Dan DeHaan is about, because this is going to be kind of crowned as one of the next big shonen hits. Now this one should be a shonen, but it's going to skew dark. It's going to be funny. But it's a show that literally can kind of do anything because it deals with supernatural and aliens. So if you basically can combine sci-fi and whatever, you can break a show. You can break anything out, from mech to witches to ghosts to aliens. Yeah. And I mean, from what I hear, like, I like the character's design. I think I'm gonna go see it. So there's that coming up. I gotta check for the My Hero movie. Also, for us old timers and for people who like classics, Ninja Scroll is coming back the same weekend, next weekend in theaters. Ninja Scroll is a classic. It's the animation, they got that little thin head, big body type of animation, but it's still gonna hold up. It's still
really slim face.
Yeah, like, they did not like chubby people, y'all. Unfortunately, back then, they actually started putting some chubbier characters or more realistic looking. But back then, you had a thin neck, a big bobblehead, slim face, and gigantic
broad
muscles.
shoulders.
Your muscles will rip your shirt off if you flex. That Fist of the North Star look. But Ninja Scroll is something I could watch at least once a year easily. I watched the sequel. I watched the ill-fated TV show. The TV show didn't kind of quite go anywhere. But I have watched all of the Ninja Scroll that I can get my hands on. It just never gets old. And it's like just a look back. So to have it on modern day screens, and y'all know if y'all listen to this podcast for a while, I don't care about these movie theaters. I really don't. But I do like the trend of old anime coming back on the screen. As a person who used to go and exhibit this old anime on his personal movie screen, I may never do that again. I do like this. It's something that I wish more theaters would do, and then do it for longer than just 3 days. Because honestly, now Mike, your opinion. Do you think that, like, I don't know the whole count with movie theaters, whatever, but do you think that they can show some of these classics a little bit longer? Like some of these chain theaters. I know that Kevin Smith.
Yeah, they be out here like one night only. That's all you got.
Shout out to Kevin Smith, because he can do whatever he wants, because he owns his own movie theater. He talks about this all the time. Yeah. Like if he want to have an old marathon, he gonna make a dedicated space for it. AMC. Why the hell y'all just don't have every month anime classic every 3 months?
It's got to be something to do with the licensing rights.
It must be a licensing thing, bro. You know what? Maybe you answer my question, because if I own Ninja Scroll, I'll bust AMC heads open too. I'll be like, "Yo, you get 3 days. Re-up, suckers. If you want some more of this, Because good luck with this. You better, because you can't get it through Crunchyroll. You can't do this, or we'll sue you, and we'll see how them AMC apes come save you. So, yeah, it's probably licensing. So, I think they need to invest in it and do this a little more regular. Like, it should not be you get a week of just an anime movie, even if it's not a movie. But if it's in a theater, I don't care if it's a TV show. It should be a standard 2 weeks to be able to watch it, not like 1 week and we'll see it, how it performs and all that garbage. 2 weeks standard, y'all. At least give me 2 weeks to find it. I am thankful that I no longer have to go to New Orleans or drive to Houston or Dallas to see anime movies. So it's pretty much you can get it in your local theater. So glad that trend has gotten better. But just to give y'all something to watch if y'all want to see that. And, unfortunately, Mike suffered through Terminator. Go watch Geek, Ghost in the Shell, Cyberpunk. But summer has turned out to be better than I thought it was. So I'm okay. I'm pleased. But believe it or not, y'all, it's almost time in about 3 more weeks. Time to preview some new anime. Like we get that groove, and then it's like, it's over. So when it's about to that 10 to 12, 13, most anime gonna be done in 10. It definitely over at 13. Nobody really hits the 15 mark anymore. 13, 12 and 13, they pretty much giving you extra how anime works nowadays, the seasonal anime. They don't, nobody's getting that long Naruto, Boruto treatment. That is over. unless you One Piece. But One Piece, I forgot watching this openers. It debuted in 1999. So One Piece is like us, y'all. We graduated the last century.
Yeah,
I did.
I graduated in 2000. So the 99, we representing the 99 and the 2000.
So One Piece was already there. So that ain't gonna happen no more. But a lot of things coming out. One thing I am gonna last thing, Geek Week. Me and Mark may do this, but if you want to join in, they're gonna do the Geek Week for the new stuff that's gonna premiere on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. They've been doing it really good with Geek Week. Make it very interesting. They're gonna have Sakamoto Days. I am rooting for Sakamoto Days. I hope that you like it. Basically, Chubby John Wick, who's retired, who can't kill anymore, but he got assassins want to bust his head open. That's the premise of it. And he's got a sidekick who is also a psychic and who's also an assassin. So it's going to be a lot of wild, weirdo assassins trying to take this store on out. So that's Sakamoto Days. It's another thing coming up. It's a couple other animes, but I'll check the list. We'll be on it. But you can find me at blurred.ish at IG. You can also find me Keith Cooper on Facebook and go to the Blurdish page on Facebook. And of course, we got the link tree through all those bios. Check it out. Sale just sent it. Shout out to people who bought a sale. Shout out to the homies Will, one half of the my mind slipped. Will Metcalf, but he's one half of a podcast due out of New Orleans. And shout out to his wonderful girlfriend and one half of Wakanda Moon, Dominique. They bought shirts from the store. They bought the Bishop shirt and the Storm shirt when they're doing like the X or Wakanda pose, if you will. They wore it. They gave me love on it, for buying. They love the store. They love my curation. Like, I'm not the artist. Like, I like to tell people I'm an affiliate, but I curate my store from artists to show as much blackness as I can. It's not easy because, for one, there's only so many name brand, well-known black heroes, but I look for styles. I keep getting multiples of heroes. I try to get something that might be loud and flashy, but also understated and cool. So I do put in work and thought to what I think people might like or might look good on people, and that you don't have to feel like it's like those old Dragon Ball Z shirts from back in the day that was just too loud. So some of it gonna be loud, especially the anime shirts. That's why I go a little more wild with it, and I still try to find something a little more that you can feel okay to wear through every day. So shout out to anybody who bought something. Check that out, and that's what I got.
All right, that's what's up. For me, final thoughts. The Elusive Samurai is crazy. I'm intrigued by Oshinoko because of what I hear every week. And my hero is, they still finding ways to be exciting. Unfortunately, Terminator didn't come through, but you guys can always get y'all filled by going back and checking some Ghost in the Shell. Dan to Dan will not be in my area, and I'm not traveling to see that joint. I'll watch it when it just come out regularly. The My Hero, I think, is going to be in my area, so I won't have to worry about that.
Dan to Dan ain't in your area?
Nah, I think the closest is going to be like in the beach or DC. So I might have to drive like an hour and a half either way to like go see it, and I'm like, well, I'm cool.
Ain't you in Richmond though?
Yeah, I'm in Richmond. They don't. It's weird about the stuff they get. Like so we got Blue Lock. We got Blue Lock, but we're not getting this. So it just kind of depends.
Let me double.
They're iffy. They're iffy, and they're iffy with their stuff.
Bro,
we got Regal in our area, we got AMC in our area, but they're iffy. Like so, we get like Blue Lock. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get My Hero, but I don't think I know we don't have Dan to Dan in my area. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. But My Hero now, I will travel for My Hero. Like
I'm just shocked they wouldn't give y'all day to day. Like see again. That makes zero sense. Like, why? Why would they do that?
Man, look, people be tripping. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, people be tripping, but we'll see. But of course, guys, thank you for coming. God bless. Good night, and until next time, we're just saying peace.
Peace.